Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is my second video. I'll be covering, or I'll be recapping last night's episode of Smackdown. It's overall, but this show was kind of a mixed bag. It was, it of course had its ups and downs. So I guess we're gonna just get right, we can just get right into it. It started with Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson coming out, doing his yes gimmick. And he's saying that at WrestleMania, Sheamus waited until he was distracted to beat him at WrestleMania in 18 seconds. And then he mentions that he road kicked the referee and was fined 5 G's for it. And he mentions that he was attacked by Sheamus again last Tuesday on the live show. And then he mentions that at the Extreme Rules, he'll return to the city where he sent shockwaves around the world when he won Money in the Bank last July, and that was a nice surprise. We thought that I didn't think he was winning in that one, but then he says that in Chicago he plans on shocking the world once again. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't know. Hopefully the match won't be like 3 falls in 30 seconds, just to frick around with the fans and him some more or whatever, So anyway, he says he'll out-wrestle Sheamus pretty much. Okay, and he says that Sheamus took the coward's way out, and that 2 out of 3 falls. Danielson or Daniel Bryan, whatever you want to call him, says that the 2 out of 3 falls are to his advantage, and then he'll regain the belt. So, and then his former girlfriend or whatever, AJ, comes out. And he pretty much tells her to beat it. And so she asks if I can talk about the problems, and he says, "Oh no, I only had one problem, and I got rid of that, and that was you." So he's saying he got rid of her. And then she says, that she wants to work it out with him, and she came out to wish him luck in his match at Extreme Rules. And then he said, Daniel Bryan says that he wishes they had never met, and then he said, a real heel line. He said something like, he wishes that AJ was never born. So that was like really, that was a good, prick heel line, I thought. So then he asked if there's any. He was saying a bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of this. Would this happen? Yes, and this happened. Yes, and then blah blah blah. I forget off the top of my head what was going on, but he said, then he said, "Is there any hope that he would take AJ back?" And he said, "No." So he walked out. She was getting all upset and everything, and that was your first part of the show. I thought it was. I thought it was good. Daniel Bryan is really good at playing the arrogant heel and being a guy who's very cocky and full of himself, and he does a tremendous job with that. And I thought AJ was good too, as being being the the girl that you kind of feel bad for when stuff happens to her. One of those innocent girl next door types. Then immediately after that, we had AJ against Natalya, and poor Natalya. I'm not knocking AJ. I think she's good and everything, but of course, AJ finally lets loose and lets out her frustrations, and after Natalya tries to comfort her about what had just happened, AJ just starts pounding the crap out of Natalya in the corner. Referee calls for the bell. So it was more of an angle to further AJ's new persona than a match, pretty much. So and then AJ runs out and she's all upset over what happened. And then, like I said, I like that they're showing this. I like this new side to AJ. Like this new, maybe this side of AJ where she just completely flips and she just lost it there for a moment. I don't know. We'll see where they go from there with her and Daniel Bryan and what'll happen. But I gotta say, Natalya. It's like I don't know why they put her in the sacrificial lamb position. They should have put someone like Alicia Fox in this. As someone to just take the beating. But anyway, it was not much of a match, but it was a good way to further the further AJ being, AJ losing it. Kind of gimmick. So I not bad for Natalia, but I maybe the AJ gimmick can get somewhere with that. So then we have Damien Sandow in the back on doing another one of his promos about how it's like people used to pretty much him saying that people are. I got the impression it was like it's like people are not as bright today as they used to be because it's like they used to another promos just say it's like they would read Shakespeare and they would read a lot of historical classics and stuff, and now today all they care about is who's going to be on Jersey Shore and BS like that. So it was another good promo, and he says that he'll bring a new era to WWE. So yeah, it was a good promo. I'm liking the character. Then we get into, dear Lord, part one of the direct moments. We have Brodus Clay against Hunico. But before that happens, Brodus Clay comes out and is doing his stupid routine. Then he gets the mic and says to cut his music, and he tells the Funkettes to go get his little brother. And of course, Hornswoggle comes out in Brodus gear. My God, that was so stupid. Oh my God, the Brodus Clay gimmick is just so ridiculous. And of course, he squashed Hunico. Camacho got on the apron, Brodus knocked him off, and then he just squashed Hunico. Then afterwards, Hornswoggle gets goes up top, hits a tadpole splash on Hunico, just for good measure. And, more than usual crap. It was terrible. And, something else here. The WWE forget that Hornswoggle now has the ability to speak, because, it's like, he pretty much hasn't spoken since he's been granted that gift. Anyway, so then they go to, backstage to Teddy Long. He runs into Darren Young and Titus O'Neil, and they give him a hard time about no longer being SmackDown GM, and they just pretty much kind of belittle him, isn't it like that? Then John Laurinaitis, or Johnny Ace, whatever you want to call him, he comes in, and he taunts Teddy also, and he was saying it's like, oh yeah, how come you didn't sign these guys or what have you, and then just some more taunting and BS goes on. And then, part of the coup de grace was, since they were in London, Laurinaitis got one of those British Guard uniform hats, and he put it on Long's head, and he told him not to speak, doing the whole British Guard routine. So stupid. Then we get to, Randy Orton backstage, talking about Kane, and just pretty much saying that the match can be it can end in the parking lot, it can end in the concession stand or whatever. I don't remember the exact verbiage, but this was after they reshowed Kane attacking Randy's dad, and Matt Striker asks how he is, and he says that his dad will be all right, but he can't say the same for Kane. And Extreme Rules is going to be Falls Count Anywhere, and Orton will show Kane how sick and twisted he really can be. That was a decent promo, not too bad. Then we get to a tag match, the Usos against the new team of Darren Young and Titus O'Neil. Of course, Darren and Titus win. Solid match, Usos are talented guys, I kind of feel bad that they're in Jobberville, like a lot of other guys, it's just so, it's a shame because, they're really good workers, and, it sucks to see guys like that, who are that talented to just, play job guys pretty much, Darren Young and Titus O'Neil, before I get into that, they were on, they've been on NXT Season 5, which has gone on for over a year now. A little Star Trek 5 reference. I guess they haven't found Shaq Harry yet. So anyway, but I forget what happened. But Titus and Darren couldn't stand each other at one point. They were feuding, and then all of a sudden they become best buddies. I don't know. That's just kind of weird. Anyway, next match on the show was Big Show and Alberto Del Rio. Cody Rhodes interferes, distracts the Big Show. He comes in, I think, when Ricardo's got the ref distracted. and then Alberto was able to get the 3 count on Big Show. Then afterwards, Cody goes after Big Show again, and then Show hints at going back after Cody, and then Cody bails out through the crowd. So okay, and then we get into the Ryback, the former Skip Sheffield squash. This I don't get. It's just like before that happens, they show Drew McIntyre and Heath Slater backstage watching on the monitor, and they did the usual. It's like, okay, Ryback versus the unknown guy. They give the unknown guy the mic. He starts to speak. Ryback comes out, squashes the guy, gets the pin, and then they have the jobbers back there saying, "Man, that guy just took a beating." It's just so fucking stupid. It's just like, I don't know why they're giving these unknown guys the mic and they're having these guys on jobber level, like Heath Slater and Drew McIntyre and whoever, watching backstage being like, "Oh man, Ryback's giving this guy a beating." It's like, just fucking end that. It's just so damn stupid. Couple of the Royal Rebound, they just recapped the CM Punk Chris Jericho feud, and they reshowed the Brock Lesnar video from Monday, him saying he's not a superstar sports entertainer, he's an ass kicker, and he's gonna just beat the crap out of Cena. Which, looking back on it, seeing it again, I thought it was a really good video. At first, I wasn't into it because I'm not I was never a big Brock Lesnar fan, but seeing it again, it was more of it's like, yeah, I'm a badass and I'm gonna beat the crap out of Cena because I can do it. And it was a pretty good basic promo. Okay, so then back to Teddy Long, and he's in full British Guard uniform. William Regal walks by and taunts him the same stuff that was happening earlier. Then the saxophones for Oksana's music hit. And then she comes in with the former Claudio Castagnoli, Antonio Cesaro, and she tells Cesaro, Claudio, whatever you want to call him, that Teddy used to be the GM, now it's Johnny Laurinaitis or whatever, and she's flaunting herself all over Antonio Cesaro in front of Teddy Long, and then Johnny Ace opens his office door, his office door, he walks in, and then they walk in, and then Ace taunts Teddy Long some more. A stupid segment, I thought this was I thought this was the wrong way to debut Claudio Castagnoli, Antonio Cesaro, whatever you want to quote him as. They should have they could have done like a Damien. They could have had him do a few vignettes, like some backstage promos like they were doing with Sandow, and then have him debut and get a match or something. It's like I just thought that this was the wrong way to go about debuting the guy. Hopefully he'll get a push though. Then the main event match was supposed to be Sheamus, Orton, and Khali against Daniel Bryan, Cody Rhodes, and Mark Henry. But before the match started, Cody attacked Khali's leg. He clipped him, and then so then Khali couldn't go. The refs and the medics helped Khali to the back. Then, well, it's the Big Show, and then Big Show comes out. Cody Rhodes was like, "Oh no, and then so Big Show takes Khali's place, and then so Sheamus, Orton, and Show get the win over Henry, Daniel Bryan, and Cody Rhodes. I actually like how they Henry took the pin here. Orton pinned him, but Henry took all 3 finishers. He took Sheamus bro kicked him, Show gave him the knockout punch, and then Orton gave him the RKO. So they did a good job, I thought, in protecting Mark Henry. Since it took he's a monster guy, and it took 3 moves before it took 3 moves to beat him. And then so pretty much, and then we have the baby faces just celebrating in the ring, holding the Sheamus holding up the belt and everything, and that's the show. Like I said, overall, I thought it was hit and miss show for the most part. Like I said, Daniel Bryan's promo at the start of the show with AJ was really good. And AJ was good too. Her doing the whole, losing it bit. When she finally flipped, that was good to see. I just wish it wasn't Natalia who was on the receiving end of that. Of that beating. But I like I said, I was saying, but this gimmick for AJ could be good for if they book it right and you know, I mean, with WWE, you know, even with WWE, it's like you never know. They always start out with something good, and then they always drop the ball with it. You know, I mean, TNA and WWE, they're both guilty of that. They got something good going, and then it's like, okay, you know, what can we do? It's like, oh, hey, this is going good. What can we do to ruin it? So, I don't know. I mean, look what happened with Zack Ryder. I mean, they tell him, you know, go do something to get yourself over. He gets himself over with his YouTube channel. And I admit, you know, I was watching the shows, and the fans were chanting, "We want Ryder" at the Survivor Series in Madison Square Garden. You know, the end of 2011 was probably the biggest point in his career. And then it's like, Vince and Creator flip out because it's like, oh, hey, wait a minute, this wasn't supposed to happen. He was supposed to get over. We wanted him to get over, but he didn't get over because of Creative. Now they got to deep-push him and cut his nuts off and make him look like an idiot, like, and then have Eve use him, and then it's like, oh, here, look, I can't even get into it. It's making me ill. So Zack Ryder's pretty much been, you know, he's in Rent Don't Buy Land, and I don't know, I hope he doesn't get future endeavored, as the saying goes. So anyway, back to the recap of the show, or my overall thoughts of it. Even in the six-man, you know, I thought having Big Show be the guy to, you know, because in a tag match, you always have one guy who takes the beating from, you know, one babyface guy who takes the heel beating for about 15 or 20 minutes, and usually it's the big guy that gets the hot tag and cleans house. This time, so I thought it was you know, it was nice. You know, I thought it was different that they actually had Big Show be the guy to take the beating, and then he made the hot tag to Randy Orton. So, and like I said, the Teddy Long stuff sucked. You know, him in that damn British uniform or whatever. You know, Johnny Ace, whatever. You know, the whole heel GM thing is, you know, it's like, I mean, that started 15 years ago with Eric Bischoff and the NWO, and I can't believe it's been that long already. I feel like that was just happening. But, you know, I don't know. So we'll see what they'll do. I mean, for Extreme Rules, they got Sheamus and Daniel Bryan, and 2 out of 3 falls. I'm guessing they're going to be continuing Big Show and Cody Rhodes, since they were doing more with that last night. So that, I guess that'll pretty much do it. You know, like I said, Damien Sandow's promo was good. I think Darren Young and Titus O'Neil are actually work well together. I just, you know, it's like they just had them like be hated. Yeah, they couldn't stand each other in NXT first. I mean, I don't know how many people watch that. I'm probably one of the few who does. And now they're like all buddy and what have you. But the tag match with the Usos was a solid one, I thought. Yeah, Brodus Hunico, it sucked. Less said about it, the better. You know, Hornswoggle dressed up as in the Brodus gear. It was just mother effing stupid. So, you know, Orton, his promo was alright, and his promo was okay, you know. You know, I guess it was back to the flow, you know, it's like, I'm going to get Kane and blah blah, you know, and that kind of a way. But I don't know. Sometimes it works for him, sometimes it doesn't. At least I think. But anyway, so hopefully there'll be you know, Claudio, Antonio, whatever you want to call him. Hopefully we'll be putting a good match going forward. Hopefully they'll book them right. So overall, I thought the show wasn't, you know, it wasn't great, but it wasn't horrific either. You know, like I say, it was a mixed bag. It had its ups and downs for sure. So that'll pretty much cover it. That'll pretty much cover everything. You know, again, thanks for watching my video. Again, you know, you can feel free to check out my blog site at tonyviz.blogspot.com. I have a full recap of Smackdown on there, as well as Raw and Impact from this week and other ones. And, you know, you can feel free to comment as you see fit on my YouTube channel. So, again, you know, once again, thanks a lot. Hope you enjoyed watching me. And this is Tony Viz, the Tone. And I'll hopefully be back on Tuesday with a post-Raw video. Take care, everybody, and I'll